Good morning, you guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be doing an the end of August garden tour because everything is looking exceptionally beautiful today. So let's start here. We're going to start in the back like we normally do and then go to the front. So I had to move this pot of coleus right here because it, as you can see, is just huge. And there was no room on the front porch anymore. So, and then over there, got the vines. And okay, so here's a new plant that I told you guys this in my last video. But this is the crepe myrtle. Crepe myrtle. So, and then we got look at these beautiful calendulas. So all those calendulas and more vines. The pentas seems to be doing really well. It's doing a lot. It's actually grown twice as big in the front yard. And then see here, these zinnias I've planted from seed about probably like 2 weeks ago. They're already pretty big, and that it won't take them long to fully develop. I think it's like 38 or so days to, flower stage. So excited for that. And this thing is just out of control. I've had to make some kind of weird prop thing to keep it up. The teepee, you guys, look at the teepee. Of course, the side that gets the most sun, which is this side, is more fully enveloped. But you can see the black-eyed Susan vines mixed with the cypress vine. And this one right here, moonflowers. Hopefully I get some actual flowers before this season is up. So, since this past spring was, it stayed cold for a really long time, abnormally. And so everything is like really far behind on what it should be or what it normally is. You can see these black-eyed Susan vines are just growing, and I just lead them up the teepee. I think it's a good, nice little, if you can keep these things contained and come out here like every single day and guide them, then you can have nice little borders and stuff. And this right here is the Indian blanket flower. As you can see, it's starting to form it's petaling and stuff. It's got that whole plant is just budded up. And then the 4 o'clocks, the purple 4 o'clocks. Back here you can see the lemon balm. And look at the zinnias. They are so big. And I love them. I love zinnias. They're one of the easiest and fastest flowers to grow. As you can see, this rogue zinnia is just right in the pathway. Some blue enchantments. And these velvet leaves right here. If any of you guys can tell me what this plant is, I would really, really appreciate it. Because I have no clue what that is. I know I planted it. This right here is echinacea. And I'm wondering at what point in the season will I get echinacea flowers? Because it is the end of August. We do have another 2 months of growing, but starting to get worried there. We've got the yarrow. Looks like we've got some rogue forget-me-nots. The Cooper's ice plant is looking a little dry. It has been really, really hot here and humid and just all around, a muggy season. Some yarrow here. Let's see. Oh, I'm about ready to pull this cabbage up, you guys. Really, I just leave it here, even though it is ugly. I leave it here for the bugs and, whatever, so they can eat that instead of my other plants. You can see the fennel here. These are the fennel flowers. These look like, they almost look like, what do they call it? Wild carrots. That's what they look like to me. They're really pretty. This plant here, this one, I don't know what that is, but it does make for great clippings and putting into flower arrangements. I know that. Let's see. The lavender right here is doing pretty good. The Caryopteris, the yellow Caryopteris, is doing excellent. This plant is actually really nice because it will bloom, and you can cut back you can deadhead it, and it will rebloom and rebloom and rebloom. So that's nice. And then here, look, we got 2 little mini sunflowers. And I'm so sad. I had somebody else cut my grass yesterday because my back has been hurting, and they fucking severed my solar lights, so that just sucks. I'll have to get some new ones. This little purple daisy, not doing so hot. Let's see over here. We got some pink daisies though. Right here. I gotta cut this bank back there because that stuff is getting out of hand. And for some reason, this tomato plant here, it just keeps, like, half of the entire plant keeps dying. It has not produced a single flower. So I'm thinking I should just rip it out because, let's go over here and I'll show you my other tomato plants, how good they're doing comparatively. So these tomato plants over here, look at them. There's like, yeah, I need to stake them up because they're just, you know, a freaking mess, but I don't have any stakes. And I think these are indeterminate tomatoes, which means there's no determined size they grow to. They just continue to grow, and yeah, they're just huge and they're heavy. So I gotta figure something out for that. But I did yesterday actually harvest my first tomatoes off of this plant. The deer, they kept coming into my garden and eating all my tomatoes. Like every single time one would pop up, they would just come and eat it. And so I wasn't able to get any tomatoes, and so I got freaking sick of that. So I think it was on the summer solstice, I came out here and I did a protection spell on my garden, and believe it or not, you guys, they haven't been back since. Not a single tomato has been eaten since I did that protection spell. You could see my St. John's wort here is flushing back beautifully. Sorry for all the dappled shadows, you guys. It's really sunny right now. But yeah, it's looking beautiful. The flowers are the bees love these flowers. My yarrow here, right here, is looking pretty good. Okay, let's go. You can see this right here. Let me back up a little bit. So the mugwort and the sage. This is the smudge stick garden right here, which I am going to, if I don't move out of here, I'm going to make this a bigger size. And then the little entryway right there. All the sunflowers are done, of course. Okay, let's go to this part over here. So you can see the zinnias, the heuchera. Coleus is doing really well. It's actually doing a lot better than I thought it would. It was my first time ever, because when I first started getting into plants, I thought that Coleus was strictly a house plant. Because that's all I had ever seen it as, and, you know, I didn't know. But down here in the south, it is hot enough, and the temperatures, the conditions are good enough to where they do grow outside in the shade. They're shade plants, and they are beautiful. They've gotten, like, way bigger. And then here we've got the peppers. Let's see. We got 1, 2, 3. There's 3 growing right now, 4. There's 4 of them sprouted already. And there is 2 jalapenos back there, you can see. The jalapeno. Let's see where you at, jalapeno. Sorry, it's so bright out here, you guys. Yeah, there he is. 1 and 2. But you can see there's a bunch of flowers on them still, and they're just continuing to grow pretty tall. I think I might move this jalapeno plant to right here so I can get more direct sunlight. I think it would actually appreciate that. Or this one right here, because it's not getting any sun. I'm gonna have to come out here and move some of these. They'll be okay. The Artemisia plant. Look at the the marigolds, you guys. They are beautiful this year. This one right here, this little rogue one that decided it wanted to live outside of the boundaries that I provided, which is fine by me. And of course we have this chamomile. Chamomile spreads like wildfire, so if you don't like things spreading willy-nilly, careful of that. This little zinnia plant, little pink one. This actually has a spider web right in the middle of it, so not going to disturb that. Actually, this has got to go right here. This plant, you see this thing? It is actually a weed. Well, I mean, it's not a weed, but it's a weed to me because it's right in a spot where I don't want it. I don't know really what it is. But it's got these really tiny little blooms on it. Don't want it right there because it was blocking the Mexican heather back there. It was blocking that right there with the little purple flowers from getting any adequate sunlight. Clip off those dianthus. Oh, let me just pull that whole weed out. So see, here we go. That's that. That goes there. Let's see, the potato vine, you guys. This potato vine, I love these potato vines. It's the first time I've ever had a potato vine in my garden, and I'm loving it because it's a good ground cover. So I planted it here, and it wraps around. It's going through over there, and it actually makes a good like a spiller plant for flower arranging. So yeah, that one's a good one. We've got the other heucheras and the 1, 2, 3 hydrangeas. Now keep in mind, I bought these hydrangeas on clearance. They were looking worse for wear when I bought them. And they basically had lost all of their foliage and, had to come back. But they should grow pretty quick. And soon enough, this whole back section will be hydrangeas. Oh, the train. Some more coleus back here. The basil's looking really good. It's got it. I'm trying to prevent it from flowering, but I also don't use it enough in my cooking to care if it flowers or not. The salvia has rebounded, thank goodness. Yeah, I think I'm going to move this Mexican heather probably over to that blank spot you see right there. Because it's a lot more crowded than I anticipated it to be when I, dug it up. So the pineapple sage, looking really good. Apparently this stuff flowers, and it has like these bright red flowers on it. So I'm trying to contain myself and not keep clipping it. It's got all these yellow leaves down here in the center. You see, this pineapple sage, like most sages, if you clip the main stem here, you clip this main stem here, it will branch out and create 4 new main stems. And so if I continue to clip, if I clipped here, like right here, above these leaves, all those leaves would create these would create 2 more stems, and these 2 little leaves on the center would create another 2 stems. So that's why it's a 4-prong. The fern is looking really nice. Got a bunch of rogue tomato plants around my garden because I throw my food scraps out here, mainly over here, which is why there's a bunch of rogue tomato plants. I don't mind it though. It looks, brings a cottagey feel to the garden. I don't know what this is right here. Huh, interesting. Look at these seed heads, you guys, or these, I don't know, look. Do y'all know what these are? Huh, I've never seen this before. Obviously it's some type of wildflower that I threw out here, because I threw a bunch of wildflower mix out here at the beginning of the season. Huh, I don't know what that is. I'm curious. I'm excited to see what that is. I will keep you updated on that one. And then we've got some alyssum, my ferns, not ferns, I'm sorry. What are those called? It's right on the tip of my tongue. I'll think of it. The bee balm's looking really nice. Bee balm's looking really healthy. The mints are looking good. The coleus back here is looking good. I kind of use that coleus as like a filler. It's a good thing to do with like your clippings of it. And this rogue thing, still don't know what it is, but we're going to let it grow to see what it is. And then, let me ask you guys a question. How tall do cosmos get before they actually start to get some freaking flowers on them? Because these things are huge, but they have yet to produce a single flower bud, which is odd. Okay. Let's see here. Got this sunlight, you guys. I'm sorry, everything's so blown out and washed out. Well, I gotta show you this part over here. Ugh, it's hot out here. We've got the Autumn Joy sedum. As you can see, all of the blooms are opening and they're like a really soft pale pink. The coleuses, the impatiens, the silver bullet artemisia, lemon balm here, and then you can see a bunch of the alyssum right here, the white alyssum that was from the wildflower mix. So let's move past the zinnias and everything. And then right here is the beautiful, I love mysteriums. They're so pretty and they're so quick to give you a full look. So I can come out here, I can pick all of these flowers right now, and then tomorrow they'd be flushed back with brand new flowers. All these plants that you see that aren't flowering or anything, these are the Sweet Williams. So in the spring, these put on the show. These are the first ones after like the daffodils and all that kind of stuff to really make this place look so beautiful. I don't know if you guys seen my spring videos, but the Sweet Williams, they were tall and they were beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful plant. It's starting to get really hot. I'm gonna have to hurry up and finish this. So you can see my contraption is getting pretty big and looking pretty nice. Oh, look here, you guys. Butterfly. Where you at, butterfly? Oh, they're so pretty. Yeah, that's another really good thing about zinnias and stuff, is they attract all types of pollinators. They attract hummingbirds and bees and butterflies and all that kind of stuff. And it's lovely. So yeah, and then look at this alyssum, you guys. This one is pretty. I grew all these from seed, and they're just so delicate. The little blooms are so delicate. I just love them. They put a nice little pop of color right there where before that spot was blank. And of course here we've got another moonflower that's going up into there. No flowers yet. Hopefully soon. So yeah. I'm going to make the front yard its own video. because it is really hot out here, and this video is already getting pretty long. But I do want to show you what I picked today. So as you guys know, I've got watermelons growing in the front yard, and I've grown watermelons. I've grown watermelons once or twice, but I've never gotten an actual successful crop out of them. Anything. But today, let me show you this glorious thing that I picked. Look at this watermelon. Now this is the underside, which is why it looks a little darker or lighter. Hold on. There we go. So that's my watermelon. So for size comparison, you know, here's my pruners. Look at that, y'all. And it's got a hollow sound, so hopefully it tastes good. If not, that's okay, because there is a few more watermelons on the vine out there. So I can just cut this one up and give it to the bees or whatever. So thank you for all their hard work for actually helping me make this. And then some tomatoes that I harvested the other day. There was actually one of those little tiny jumping spiders who made his nest in between these tomatoes, and I had to ask him to kindly move out, because the jumping spiders, they are not, they won't bite you, and they're not so. Yes, that was the updated back garden video. And so my next video, I'm going to be showing you guys the front, because the front is a whole other, there's a lot out there. And then, yeah, so I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.